Now let's hook the little turtle with the bow. First, use color 1 to hook the head. Now let's hook the head first. First, use the 1 color thread to hook 6 short stitches. If there is a crochet ring, we can wrap the wire around it with a crochet ring. If there is a crochet ring, bring out the original loop on the crochet hook. Now let's hook the first short stitch. This V-shape form here. The first stitch of each twin. Then hook the second short stitch. Sixth short stitch. 6 short stitches. We can count 1 to see if there are 6 V-shapes. After hooking, let's tighten the coil. The extraction needle is hooked here on the first stitch. Hook a pull-out pin at the marked buckle position. The second circle is composed of 6 additional stitches. One total is 12 needles. We need to hook a standing stitch first. The V shape here is a lead. Let's hook the first additional stitch. To add stitches is to hook 2 short stitches into the same stitch. This is the first short stitch in the stitch. Make the second short stitch in the same stitch. Then we hook the second additional stitch. Just hook 2 short stitches in the second stitch. The second circle is hook. The third circle is composed of 6 groups. One total is 18 needles. Now let's hook the first group. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the first short stitch at the leading place. In this way, the first group is hooked. Then there are 4 groups. Let's hook it up together. It is to hook a short stitch on each stitch. Each loop is 18 stitches. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the first short stitch at the leading place. Let's hook it up together. The sixth circle is hook. The seventh circle is composed of 6 groups. One total is 12 needles. The first group has been hooked. The second group has been hooked. Then there are 4 groups. Let's hook it up together. After adding the stuffing, let's hook up the 8 circles. Let's hook the 8th circle. The 8th circle is composed of 6 minus stitches. Now let's crochet the other half of the stitch. The 8th circle is hooked. Pick out half stitch. Now let's hook the 2 front feet. Use number 1 color thread to hook. The first loop of circular stitch, 9 short stitches. The first short stitch. Add mouth buckle. The second short stitch. The third short stitch. The fourth short stitch. The fifth short stitch. Sixth short stitch. The seventh short stitch. Eighth short stitch. The ninth short stitch. Tighten the coil. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. End of extraction. Pick up 1 circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The second circle is composed of 9 additional stitches. 1 total is 18 needles. First hook a power-taking needle. Hook the first additional stitch at the leading place. To add stitches is to hook 2 short stitches into the same stitch. Add a marker buckle here on the first stitch. the second additional needle, the third plus needle, then there are 6 additional stitches. Let's hook it up together. The second circle is hook. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. End of extraction. This one loop tightens the pull pins. The third circle is composed of 9. It consists of 1 short stitch and 1 extra stitch. 1 total 27 needles. Now let's hook the first group. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the first short stitch at the leading place. Add mark buckle. 1 plus needle. The first group has been hooked. The second group 1 short needle. 1 plus needle. The second group has been hooked. Then there is the 7th group. Let's hook it up together. The third circle is hooked. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. End of extraction. This circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The fourth circle is after folding it in half. Crochet, pass through, simultaneously, symmetrical to stitches to hook short stitches. One has a total of 14 short stitches. First hook a standing stitch. Crochet through the first and last stitches. Hook the first short stitch. The second short stitch. Let's use this method together. Finished hooking this one loop. The last short. Let's hook up another injection needle. Leave one point and disconnect the line. In this way, only one front foot is hooked. One of us wants to hook 2. Now we use the 1 color thread to hook the 2 hind legs. The first loop of circular stitch, 6 short stitches. The first short stitch. Add mark buckle. The second short stitch. The third short stitch. The fourth short stitch. The fifth short stitch. Sixth short stitch. Tighten the coil. Disconnected. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. The cord ends this one circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The second circle is composed of 6 additional stitches. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the first additional stitch at the leading place. Add a marker buckle here on the first stitch. The second additional needle. The third plus needle. The fourth plus needle. The fifth plus needle. Sixth additional needle. The second circle is hook. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle, end of extraction, this circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The third circle is composed of 6 groups. 1 short needle, 1 plus stitches. 1 total is 18 needles. Now, let's hook. Group 1. Hook 1 stitch first. In the place of attraction, hook the first short stitch. Add mark buckle. 1 plus needle. The first group has been hooked. In the second group, 1 short stitch and 1 extra stitch. The second group has been hooked. Then there are 4 groups. Let's hook it up together. The third circle is hook. Take off the marking buckle and place it in the position of the marking buckle. End of extraction. This circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The fourth circle is after folding it in half. Crochet short stitches through 2 stitches at the same time. 1 total is 9 needles. First hook a standing stitch. Crochet. Pass through the first and last stitches. Hook the first short stitch. The second short stitch. The third short stitch. Let's finish the hook together. This is the last short. Hook another pull-out needle. Leave the thread disconnected. No need to keep the line long here. In this way, the back foot is hooked. One of us needs a total of 2 hooks. Now we use color 1 thread to hook the belly. Hook this process. Now we use the 1 color thread to hook the belly. 6 short stitches. The 5th short stitch. 6th short stitch. Disconnected. Take off the marking buckle. Pull at the mark buckle position to end this 1 loop. Tighten the pull-out pins. The second circle is composed of 6 additional stitches. Now let's hook a standing stitch. First, hook the first additional stitch at the leading place. To add stitches is to hook 2 short stitches into the same stitch. We add the marker buckle here on the first stitch. Then there are 3 additional stitches. Let's hook it up together. After the second loop, let's hook. Take off the marker buckle. The third circle is composed of 6 groups. One total is 18 needles. The first group has been hooked. The second group has been hooked. Then there are 4 groups. Let's hook it up together. The fourth circle is composed of 6 groups. One total 24 needles. The second group has been hooked. Then there are 4 groups. Let's hook it up together. The fourth circle is hooked. The fifth circle is composed of 6 groups of 3 short stitches and 1 plus stitch. One total is 30 stitches. The second group of 3 short stitches. The second group has been hooked. Then there are 4 groups. Let's hook it up together. The fifth circle is hooked. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle and of extraction. This one loop tightens the pulled pins. The sixth circle is composed of 6 groups. 4 short stitches, 1 plus stitches. One total 36 needles. Now let's hook the first group. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the first short stitch at the leading place. Add mark buckle. The second short stitch, the third short stitch, the fourth short stitch, 1 plus needle. The first group has been hooked. Then there are 5 groups. Let's hook it up together. The 6th circle is hooked. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. End of extraction. This ring tightens and pulls out. We leave threads to show. Disconnected. This place of introduction will be dealt with under 1. Move 1 stitch forward like this. Thread 1 needle back and forth. Hide the thread after wearing it. This completes the belly. Now we use color number to thread to hook the turtle shell. Circle 1 to circle 5. It's the same as the belly hook method. We will not repeat the demonstration here. Everyone gets their belly back. Just follow the hook from the 1st circle to the 5th circle. The 5th circle is hooked. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. Lead to end the circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The 6th circle is to hook 1 short stitch on each stitch. 1 hurdle is 30 stitches. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the 1st short stitch at the leading place. Add mark buckle. The 2nd short stitch. The 3rd short stitch. This circle is all short stitches. Let's hook it up together. The 6th circle is hooked. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. End of extraction. This 1 loop tightens the pulled pins. The 7th circle is composed of 6 groups. For short stitches, 1 plus stitches. 1 total 36 needles. Now let's hook the 1st group. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the 1st short stitch at the leading place. Add mark buckle. The 2nd short stitch. The 3rd short stitch. The 4th short stitch. 1 plus needle. The 1st group has been hooked. Then there are 5 groups. Let's hook it up together. The 7th circle is hooked. Take off the marking buckle. Mark the location of the buckle. End of extraction. This circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The 8th loop is to hook 1 short stitch into each stitch. 1 total 36 needles. First hook a standing stitch. Hook the 1st short stitch at the leading place. Add mark buckle. The 2nd short stitch. The 3rd short stitch. This circle is all short stitches. Let's hook it up together. The 8th circle is hooked. Take off the marking buckle and place it in the position of the marking buckle. End of extraction. This circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. The 9th loop is hooked with the outer half stitch. The one closest to our end side is the other half needle. Repeat the other half stitch to hook one loop of short stitches. 1 total 36 needles. First hook a standing stitch. Adjust the outer board pin of the pin that is pulled out. Hook the first short stitch. Add mark buckle. Overturn half stitch short crochet. Overturn half stitch short crochet. Let's finish the hook together. The ninth circle has been hooked. Take off the marking buckle and place it in the position of the marking buckle. End of extraction. This one loop tightens the pulled pins. Leave a line. Just hide the line. Then we put this place where we laid. Give it to 1. The remaining half circle of this one is used to sew up the belly. This completes the shell. Now we use the one color thread. Let's hook the bow on the turtle shell. First we'll hook the upper part of the bar. The first thing is to hook 27 lock stitches here. The locking stitch is the starting stitch. Now hook the first lock stitch. One needs to hook 27 locking stitches in total. After 27 lock stitches are crocheted, we return the second to last pin. Pick a half needle and hook one pulling needle. This is the penultimate pin. This is the second to last pin. Hook a pulling needle. Then we hook one medium long needle down. Then hook 9 long stitches down. Crochet the other half of each stitch. One of us needs to hook 9 long needles in total. I just hooked the first stitch. Now hook the second stitch. Eighth pin. Stitch 9. Then hook a medium long needle. Then hook 2 pulling needles. Nine long needles. Now let's hook 1 medium long stitch first. We're on the last stitch here. That is, the first stitch of the lock stitches here. Hook 1 pull-out needle on the same stitch. Then return to the same stitch, then hook 1 pull-out stitch. Now we're at the first pin. Hook a pull-out pin at the marked buckle position. Hook 1 locking stitch. Hook a pull-out stitch on the same stitch, here. Crochet along the half stitch on the side. Just repeat the hook method just now. Hook back. Nine long needles. Nine long needles. We pick the remaining half needle to hook. This way you can hide the threads. Then hook a medium long needle. Two extraction needles. 1 medium length needle, 9 long needles, 1 medium length needle, 1 extraction needle. That's it. That's the end. Take off the marking buckle. Pull out of the marked buckle position. Disconnected. Here we need to leave one section of thread for suturing. Now we still use the one color thread to haul. First, hook 30 log stitches. First, this is a 30 log stitch. 13 log pins. Pick a half needle and hook one pulling needle. Let's go back to the second to last stitch and pick half a stitch here. First, hook a pulling needle. Add mark buckle. Then hook a medium long needle. 3 long needles. 1 medium length needle. First, hook a medium long needle. 3 long needles. One medium length needle. 2 extraction needles. One medium length needle. 2 long needles. 1 medium length needle. This brings us to the first pin. Hook a pull-out needle into the same stitch. Return the same pin. We take off the marker buckle. First, hook a pulling needle. In the same pin here. Hook a pulling needle. This brings us to this one side. This side also repeats the hook method just now. One medium length needle. 2 long needles. 1 medium length needle. 2 extraction needles. One medium length needle, 2 long needles, 1 medium length needle. The last pull-out needle. This is done. At this position of the mouth buckle, hook another pull stitch to end the circle. Tighten the pull-out pins. Just connected. Now need to leave a line here. Let's hide the threads. Cut off both thread ends. This completes the second half. Now let's assemble the bow. First, fold it in half. After, show his feet up here. Two sides connect him. In this way. After sewing, we use this thread. In center position, circle around 1 or 2 circles. After completing the circuit, then put the lower part. Add 1 and start wrapping. Please pay attention to the lower part, downward. One must put it in this direction. Add in. In this way, 1 circle. After completing the detour, let's adjust 1 again. When winding, one must tighten the thread. Tighten the thread as much as possible. In this way. Then we are behind. Fix the thread. Depend on personal habits. We will use whatever method we need to fix it. We can tie a knot through this thread. tie着木脑子. This line should be kept, because we need to fix the top of the turtle shell. We adjust the direction of the lower part of 1. This is how the bow is completed. Now let's assemble this bow tie turtle. After the feet are fixed, let's sew the turtle shell and bill it together. The suturing method is Here is the one line that led to it. Put it behind. Pick with thread and needle at the same time. The inner half stitch left in the 9th circle. And the half needle on the belly close to our one side. Sew them aligned like this. This first stitch can be sewn one more time. They are all picky needles. Half stitch, here, sew like this. When it reaches the feet, it must be passed through the feet at the same time. Just put your feet back on like this. We can also sew the edges of the feet. Continue to sew down. One must be 1 for 1 needle sewing. We sew 2. Leave a small opening. After stuffing the stuffing, continue sewing. After sewing it here, we first add the filling cotton. Don't add too much filling cotton. The appropriate amount of filling cotton is. Let the turtle lie down like this. Just keep this belly from protruding. After adding it, we continue to sew. After sewing, we hide the thread at the bottom and tie a knot. Hide the knot again. Cut off the thread. In this way, the turtle shell is completely sewn. Now we will start with shell here, right in front, here to sew. We thread the thread to the 8th. Between the 7th circle and the 8th circle, here we use the 7th and 8th circles. Sew here with the head. Sewing heel and shell. The place for drawing is placed at the bottom. Look at the bottom of the one to find the corresponding position of the bottom of the one on the shell. The thread should be tightened. After sewing, also tie a long thread at the bottom. This way the headband is sewn. Now you will bar. Sew right here in the center of the shell. The bar is not sewn. In this way, we'll have a gradient turtle shell. And the turtle with the bow is completed. Now let's hold 1. This gradient turtle shell. Bow turtle. Your main color here. This main color. It's called one color. We call the turtle shell 2 numbers. Now let's start hooking.